Merry meet and welcome to Lux Dragon Queen Magic. I am Taylor and our Tuesdays with Tarot today is going to be all around Twin Flame Reunion. So today we also have some identifier stones that will also be a part of the reading. So I hope this does not trigger anyone's, I believe it's called trypophobia. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but just please be warned as I bring them closer to the camera now. So for pile 1, we do have this stone here. Okay. And pile 2, we have this stone. Okay. And then pile 3. Okay. So with that, go ahead and pause the video and I will see you at the timestamps below. Thank you again. Welcome pile 1. If you chose this stone, then this is going to be your reading for your Twin Flame Reunion. So right away, let's go ahead and just talk about the stone itself. So with this stone, when I was walking, I picked it up because it really called to me as, it reminded me of a honeycomb. And so what that tells me for your reunion is a couple of different things. First, you and your partner have been going through some extensive healing and that you guys have been in separation. Of course, this is your reunion, but you guys have been in separation doing that healing, and that you both have learned something very essential that you are taking back with you into this new reality and this reunion that you guys are going to be settling into. So something that's coming through from Spirit is that this very male may be someone that you already know who has been from your past, and this is a key feature of both of your relationships, is that you each have learned something new that will enable you to be the partners that you weren't able to be before. So it's going to be very important to communicate and understand that, because there's going to be fears coming into the relationship, as well as like insecurities around that. So it's just going to be very important that you guys understand that this is a true Twin Flame reunion, and to find that honeycomb that you are bringing back, that healing honey that you have gone through to the point that you're able to share it with others. So that's something too coming through from Spirit, that if you are nervous and you're like, I don't know what I've learned, or like what element that, like if you're like, I've changed so much, what element is the part that really sticks out, it's going to be the thing that you are able to teach. It's going to be the, essentially, this is going to sound, take this how you will, but essentially what you could identify as a life purpose, because you want to share this knowledge. So that's how you're going to know what healing you and your partner have done. And I'm hearing it might be the same for each of you in just different perspectives, or it may very well be two different types of healing that somehow can join together to support others. So a very beautiful Twin Flame reunion that is going to support you in finding more abundance and healing others is what's really coming through with just your stone. How great. We still have all of our cards to go through. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So right away, we actually have a soul card coming out. So I'm getting a couple of things. Right away, I'm hearing again that you guys are meant to be, you're going to be healers in this reunion, and that you are going to, yeah, you guys have just been going through so much healing. When you come into reunion, you are going to hold each other with so much love and patience and kindness is what I'm hearing. So something coming through is maybe there's been a lot of sexual trauma within this relationship, or maybe within one or both of your past. And so something coming through is that a very key element of your relationship is that you're able to hold each other without it needing to be sexual. You're able to do it in a romantic way, platonic way with each other. So take that how you feel. I just mean it that you guys are able to recognize each other's boundaries when you need it, and still provide the love and support that you need without those boundaries being crossed, which it sounds like that may be something that you're not used to. So very good, because I'm really seeing that this is you both hold each other, and then again we're going to echo what we heard around the fact that you guys hold each other to the point where you're able to hold the world and heal that. So I'm just seeing like all this beautiful healing, loving energy that just constantly is around you and your partner. And it's like this molten love. So very like active, passionate, hot, even though you guys are like this kind, patient couple. So I'm really getting a sense from spirit, like the external, like the world may see you guys as like these really pure souls, and because you guys like to keep your romantic lives a little bit more private, and that you guys, that's just how you like to live and separate, because that's how you don't feel taken advantage of or used by your partner. So something also coming through is maybe social media is going to be a big aspect. So you guys might not like share a lot of the aspects of your private life on social media, because that's just important to you and your relationship, to show that you guys are committed to each other and not the image of each other. So a lot of very deep messages coming through. Main thing still coming through with this is that you guys have done your healing too. So we're going to get some more information probably around timing and exactly some advice to help you bring about the healing, or bring about the reunion. You're already doing the healing, but I'm just seeing that part of this might just be a timing thing too, because sometimes you can't force your healing and you just have to wait for certain things to work themselves out. Okay. And so next we have Dreamer. Your dreams have chosen you. Find fulfillment in pursuing your destiny. This is the magic of life. So before we get into like the full message of this card, the actual pop-out message that I'm getting is that you 100% dream about each other. And as you guys start to dream more about each other, your reunion is going to be closer. So if you're having a lot of dreams and maybe seeing this person from the past in your dreams, it might be a sign from spirit that you guys are coming closer into reunion and that you are finishing up your final healing. Something that just came through, this is, if you've seen our other videos, something that has come through often, is the process of becoming a butterfly. This is something that is being said is you guys are essentially both coming out of your chrysalis forms, and that's why it's asking for a little bit of patience, because like I'm feeling like both of you are so eager, but one of you is not. Either one or both of you are not fully out of your chrysalis stage yet. Even though it seems like it, you're still like there, because yeah, right, the butterfly is like almost fully formed. It's just them gaining strength before they bust out of the chrysalis. So you're just gaining strength right now is what's coming through. Okay, so back to the actual card. So Dreamer, something else that is coming through for me is this is also confirmation from spirit. Whatever you're working on with your healing, and I already mentioned like something that you're like kind of identifying as your life purpose, these goals and dreams that you're having, spirit is coming through saying that these are real. This is something that you can in fact pursue, and because it is your destiny, right? Your dreams have chosen you just as much as you have chosen them, is what spirit is trying to come through. It's so interesting because I feel like I'm saying it just like the same words over and over again, but I'm just trying so much to convey that you are on the right path, and everything that you are doing, you're doing it magnificently. So let's keep going, because we still have quite a few cards. So we have Journey. Oh, guys. Okay, so focus on how far you have come, not how far you have to go. You will find help in unexpected places. So again, you are just gaining strength right now. Like, it's just a timing thing right now for spirit. So trust in the fact that you are doing the healing that you need, and that right now you are just on this journey. So I'm hearing from spirit doing some good journaling or talking, just some good shadow work around how far you have come will be good. Like literally put it on paper, say it out loud, identify your journey for where you are and how far you've come. And that's actually, I'm hearing, going to be so supportive in your healing, that is going to support your reunion. So this is some full advice that if you would like your reunion to come up more, then this is going to be imperative for you to do, is just focus on how far you've come, because as soon as you do that, you're going to end up taking more steps, because you're like, wow, I have just come so far. And then as you're doing that review, time is still moving forward. And so it's going to help you activate your mind, your gratitude, and to bring in and manifest more of the dreams that you are working on. Okay. One more of these. And so we have happiness. So immense delight can be found in the smallest things. Cultivate fluttering moments of joy. Okay, so something too that came up with Journey was like, you'll get help in unexpected places. So I'm hearing from Spirit that right now something to focus on as you're waiting for your twin flame reunion to happen is just where you're finding your small moments of happiness. I'm not hearing, okay, I'm hearing you can like make note of them to, you can make note of them to be like small little date ideas later on. I will temper that by saying don't make that the whole purpose of it though. So Spirit is saying you can focus on this happiness because you need to understand your own happiness before you can share it with your partner. So that's the main message we're trying to get across, is that you need to understand your happiness. That's what you're working on. And also getting used to being happy is something that's coming through. You've been going through a lot of healing, so maybe you've also been like, I'm hearing maybe shaming or judging yourself for being in a happier, healthier place. And Spirit wants you to recognize that, like, no, like this is part of your journey. You're exactly where you need to be. Your dreams have chosen you just as you have chosen them. It is not an illusion. If you're suffering from imposter syndrome, that's why, again, like just recognize how far you've come, because you have put in the work. You have done what you need to do to become happy every day. We're not saying you don't have disappointments. We're not saying it's a toxic happiness. We're literally just saying like you find yourself at moments enjoying yourself, and that is fantastic, and Spirit wants you to encourage those moments, take note of those moments, especially if you're being an individual in those moments, because it's going to support you in your twin flame reunion. Again, so that when the twin flame reunion happens, because most of this coming through is that it's just time, so a lot of your advice is like, here's what you can focus on in the meantime. Anyways, but so when your twin flame reunion does happen, like, I mean, think about like most date questions, like, what do you do for fun? Now you know for sure what you can answer for that. Or if you like to be a creative type, or like you never used to have date ideas, you might be like, you know what, I actually really like walking around museums. How about we go do an audio tour? I've never done one before, you know? And so it's like taking a little extra element of like, here's my happiness and here's a way I can explore it further with someone else. In addition, maybe like that idea so much, you're like, I'm going to just go out and do that myself. And then that's fantastic. It's going to be a new experience by yourself and then with someone else. So I encourage you to do anything and everything that brings you joy by yourself and then with someone else. Okay. So much. I'm just really trying to hammer it in that you're doing so great. You can be happy. All right. So now here is our Divine Energy Oracle. Change tracks. Okay. So yeah, this is actually echoing the last card. So of the message that you need to understand that you can be happy. So however you have been thinking lately, your mental blockages, they have been your blockages. There's nothing stopping you anymore besides your own mental energy. And I keep saying mental energy because the Spirit is showing me like your emotional energy really has been cleared. Your spiritual your spiritual energy has really been clear. Yeah. And if you, physically, I'm seeing you probably have gotten a lot more energy lately, which is probably exactly why your mental energy needs to be cleared, because that's where most of your energy is being taken up. So if you've been really tired lately, if you haven't been remembering your dreams, or if you've been very confused by your dreams, this is why, because you need to clear out that mental negative energy that you have. So I don't have a self-care card right now in this reading, but I'm really getting the sense that like cleaning your space, cleansing the air, so like incense, essential oils, anything that has like perfume, anything that you like, flowers. Yeah, sorry, I'm like trying to think of anything that has like, that can perfume the air around you. That's going to be so encouraging for you. Candles, yeah. Something too, especially if you want to connect it to a certain element that you are supported by. So like I believe I just listed one for each element, actually. Funny how that works out. And so go ahead and definitely like try to link up your how you cleanse with an element that's important to you, because that's going to really support your mental energy as well. And the fact that you are putting in the energy to do the cleansing is already going to support the fact that you're changing tracks. I just heard, so changing tracks, I think they probably mean this as like train tracks, but I heard it more to take it as like a when you're playing like an album, and you're just like, I don't really like this song, I'm not really in this mood, change tracks. So something else to do is to go ahead, listen to some uplifting music instead. Listen, like, yeah, if you've been listening to like music that is like ballads is kind of what's coming to mind, like those songs that like you want to sing along to and they make your heart kind of hurt. Spirit is saying like that's why you're still in this energy, because you are seeking out the energy through that. So like open up your horizon, listen to some new songs, change tracks. And yeah, that is the overall message coming through, is because so much goodness is happening. It's literally just your own mental energy, and as soon as you clear it, as soon as you say, you know what, I am deserving of this happiness, I do deserve this moment in time, I have put in the work, I have done all of the healing that I need to do in order to be happy, so why don't I enjoy this happiness? That is going to be so huge. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there, because I definitely have I now have some tarot for you guys, and then we still have some book divination for your reading, so I want to make sure to give you plenty of information. With that, let's go ahead and take a look into the tarot. So we'll see what messages come out here. So first, we have the Ten of Cups and the Wheel. Oh my goodness, this is so funny to me. So, because this is just echoing everything we said. 1, happiness is yours to take. 2, 2, you've worked hard for this happiness. Like you've gone through your healing, you've understood all of your emotions to get to this happiness. And then 3, it's all just a matter of time. So I'm hearing too, like, another reason why you need to recognize where you've been in your journey is because you feel constantly like you were on the down, but right now you're actually on the up, and up is what I'm hearing. So like recognize that, like, because you keep saying, if you are focused on like, I have so much further to go, then that is actually proof that you are moving out of any stagnation that you were in, any downtimes that you were in, and you are moving forward in time. So Spirit just really putting in like trust in that everything is working out to the benefit of you and your goals and your dreams. Yes, this is another dreaming card, a good dreaming card. I cannot stress it enough. Like, you have done the work. What do you think is not yours? Spirit is saying that this is yours. Whatever dream you have, this is your dream. I feel like I'm just constantly yelling at you now while like trying to love you at the same time. So take that. I feel that's probably how Spirit feels. Not probably, it is. So much of this too, because I know this is a twin flame reunion. So this is not only how you're feeling, this is also how your counterpart is feeling. So no matter who or where you are in the connection, you guys literally are on the exact same mirroring journey. So if you are not feeling happy, they're probably not feeling happy. So the more that you encourage the changing of your own tracks, it's going to encourage the changing of theirs, and it's going to help move that wheel faster. Yeah, I just hear like a water wheel. It's all dependent upon the like flow of the water, which is the flow of the emotions. Something else that just came through is you can get stuck on the word emotion is technically energy in motion. So, right, you need your energy to be in motion. You don't want it to be stagnant. You can't see me, but I'm using a lot of hand motions to get this point across, and that you need to like push the water through, and that it really is all up to the energy and efforts that you're putting into it and connecting to. Okay, we do have more. Okay, so we have the Two of Swords. Interesting. I don't normally read reversals, but okay, this is so interesting, and I'm still not going to really read this as a reversal. I'm going to actually take this as the Hangman too. So, wow. Okay. So the Hangman is coming out in this energy too. So, oh, yes! New perspectives. Again, sorry for the screaming. New perspectives. So it really is coming through to me through this card that you have made your decision, and now it's time, like you made this decision, you gained the new perspective, it's time to actually follow through with the action. So yes, so that's why That's why this can be taken as a reversal, because you've already made the decision, but you're still stuck in this energy. Yeah, maybe you had to go through some heartbreak after the decision, and that's kind of what you're avoiding. Spirit is saying Spirit is saying like any fear that you're holding on to and moving forward is fear that you've already healed. So what I mean by that, trying to explain it better. Essentially, you've already gained the tools you need to overcome the next obstacle. So even though it's an obstacle that you thought you could never overcome before, but you have made this decision / kind of realized this is the only way forward, but yeah, you haven't taken the steps forward. So that's really what's coming through. So again, Spirit is saying like you kind of need to change tracks, recognize, one, that you're capable, two, that you're deserving of the happiness, and then again, this is going to help push that wheel forward and bring the reunion back. So actually, again, this is mirroring. Both of you, it seems, has made a decision in regards to your relationship, and neither of you have taken a step forward. But it's just a mental game for both of you. Okay, we have one more tarot. Okay, this is so crazy, guys. So you got all major arcana as well. So this is the Two of Pentacles. We are going to point out the fact that we got 2 2s. So again, so much. Wow. Your reunion is definitely, I would be shocked if it is not within this month, but it definitely is going to be within this year. Something coming through from Spirit is it is going to be a little bit dependent upon your own energy as well, and how willing you are to open up to the balancing. So I'm hearing you kind of tip the scales in one direction heavily, and over the course of your separation, the scales you've been realigning the scales, and so now you're needing to learn how to juggle the two energies that you've been balancing. So take that how you will. It's going to be it's general in the sense of like divine masculine, divine feminine, but it will, for everyone, it will be different based on how they identify those parts of themselves. So that is what's coming through with this. So it is the Two of Pentacles. That's why we brought up the juggling and the balancing of spiritual of one side with the other, typically spiritual and then practical or material. And then this also is the High Priestess card. So Spirit just coming in again, just wanting to remind you that you and your twin flame are meant to be, you will support a collective. I'm going to say the collective. Like, I sincerely believe like you and your partner are meant to support like a greater collective, however great that may be. There's many great collectives that you can think of. And that but essentially, again, it's coming through that you need to trust your intuition. How much have you stayed until this point in the reading in denial, and you're like, nah, this isn't for me, nah, I don't know who this could be, nah. This is coming through like you need to trust your intuition more, and then that is, again, a mental block that is holding you back in your reunion. So as you start to learn and trust yourself, trust, again, your journey, trust what you have worked on, and trust what started it all. Your intuition is what I'm hearing. So like, trust that you have put in the work, the healing that you have. I'm not hearing become a master, but you have become a teacher though. Yeah, I'm hearing like you've become a teacher and a student. So an apprentice, there we go. You are an apprentice. So you are no longer like merely someone who like, oh, I've heard of that. You are at the next level to where if someone who's never heard of it could technically ask you questions and learn something, but you may not be feeling at the level where you are ready to tell ascended masters your thoughts and opinions, and that's okay. You're simply here to help relay information as you learn, is what I'm saying. Wow. Okay. So I do still have just your book divination with the Divine Masculine Twin Flame Oracle book. So, pile 1 reunion. Okay. All right. Interesting. I'm actually going to read, both of them for you. Okay. So under positive transformation, dear love, you and your life is in a process of positive transformation. One cycle is ending and another about to begin. Something is changing, and it may feel like a tower moment. You may be feeling void or sadness, hopeless about our future. Please do not worry, because these feelings or experiences are a sign of a brighter new chapter and energy clearing. The answers to your prayers, try to stay in a positive vibration. Find something to preoccupy yourself with while this process continues. Be gentle with yourself. Do the energy cleansing and shadow work for our awakening and harmonious union. And remember to shield yourself from negative energies and cleanse your chakras to feel uplifted and good every day. Visualize a bright light around you that protects you from negative energy. Remember, my love, that if something seems to be changing uncomfortably or coming to an end, it means a new positive beginning is near. Another sign when you open this page is that your twin flame connection is evolving for good. Before we read the second page that wants to be read for you, we're just going to echo the fact, 1, positivity. You're in a positive transformation. You are the up and up. 2, cleanse your space, cleanse your energy. 3, this is your twin flame connection is evolving for good. So for those of you who, again, need to trust that this past partner really did change, that's why communication is going to be so important. That's why you need this message, because you need to understand that you both have gained a new element in order to become this person. Again, something to do is to trust your intuition, is what I'm hearing. So when you come into reunion, call onto your intuition, release the fear. So that's going to be very big, and probably a big reason why you need to go ahead and release any fear that you feel without the connection, because it's going to prepare you for when you actually come into reunion, which is going to be soon. I cannot stress that enough. It keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. So we're just going to listen to that, and great for you. So here's our second one. So telepathic communication. Dear, pay attention to recurring words, feelings, images that have been coming to you. I'm trying to communicate with you and trying to reach out to you to make sure you are receiving my communication. Go within and take some solitude time to relax your skeptical mind. When your mind is busy running with the stream of thoughts, your energetic cord with me can get congested and you block me out from reaching out to you. Do make a note of what dreams you've had when you wake in the morning. I often seek to communicate with you through dreams. Another way to get insights about my message is to ask for a song or pay attention to what songs you've been hearing repeatedly, especially in your mind. So what is the first song that comes to your mind right now? If you have been wondering if I am receiving your messages, the answer is yes. My higher self is always listening and aware of you, and my human self is always receiving indications of your messages, even through feelings, images, dreams, songs, or repeating words in my mind. Okay, well now we know why both needed to be read. Just to echo those, listen to your dreams, listen to the songs. What did I say about like maybe the certain songs that you're listening to aren't really like there? And then maybe certain positive songs have been trying to get your attention. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I encourage you to ponder and wonder about what you have heard here and how you can gain more of that happiness. Again, a lot of this was about mental energy. So please take what resonates with you, leave what does not, because you are only meant to take the happy parts, right? So thank you again for being here, Pile 1. If this resonated with you, please don't forget to like and subscribe, comment below, let us know what songs you're listening to. Feel free to share any struggles that you're going through and gain some support from a like-minded community. Thank you again for being here, and blessed be. Merry meet and welcome, Pile 2. If you chose this stone, then this is your twin flame reunion reading. So let's go ahead and get started with reading into the stone itself. So something to note about this, this is not an arrowhead, of course, but it really gave off that vibe to me when I picked it up. The important part, though, the reason why I'm pointing that out is because then this very clearly is this not focusing? Very clearly is a triangle, but it looks as if a corner is cut off of the triangle. So something that is really coming through from spirit in regards to your twin flame reunion is that there was a third party that each of you had to lose. So I'm getting two different energies for this pile. There's going to be for some of you, it was your twin flame, you know who it is. You guys might be like in a literal separation and hoping that your reunion will come back, but there was a third party situation, whether on one or both of your parts, and so there's a lot of forgiveness and trust rebuilding that is needed there. And then there is another side that is coming through. I'm sorry, actually, there's one more for that last one. Something else coming through is that there might have been a loss in the family. So you guys still know each other, but there might have been a loss in the family, and there's a little bit of blame and shame. So I just had a crazy coughing attack out of nowhere. So I'm going to take that as a message for you guys in the sense that you're getting choked up on your words. Something that also came up when I was choking was fire. So it seems like maybe there was either a literal fire or a metaphorical fire in the family that caused a lot of people to get choked up on their words, and so a lot of communication breakdowns happened. So ultimately, if you are someone who suffered from a loss within your connection, that is what's coming through, is that there's more, that you both are holding back words and getting choked up to the point where you're not really able to speak. Something coming through from spirit is that it's so important for you guys. Okay. Part of the reason why you needed to go into the separation was so that you could get a I'm saying like the image of like a very thirsty person, like just chugging water. And so in this sense, we want to look at the water as like our emotions or feelings. So Spirit is saying like during your separation, I'm hearing it probably has been a very short separation. This is again for the first connection where you know your connection. I'm sorry, we do have another one. We do still have the other energy of more people don't know their twin flame. We will get there. And anyways, so for this one, you got choked up on your words, and so you need this separation in order to essentially guzzle down your feelings and understand how to I'm hearing like clear out any blockages in like your throat chakra using the overflow of emotions within your sacral chakra. So you've been doing a lot of rebalancing of your energies, and it's been so important. And so with that part of your reunion, we're going to see some more in these cards, but I'm saying part of your reunion is going to be about gaining that confidence to speak up again and to share your truth, because a lot of times when there's something in either side of this, the third party or the loss, when this happens, that there's a lot of shame, not only in like that this action happened, but also in like what our own actions brought it about, whether or not we were the person, I'm not going to say responsible, but just associated with it more closely. So take that how you will for the first part. For the other part, if you do not know your twin flame connection and you were drawn to this stone, what I'm seeing is that you maybe had like toxic friend groups, toxic family, just a very toxic life situation. And so it's less that like there was a third party situation that you needed to directly cut out of your connection, and it is more that you need to cut out certain parts of your life in order for you to move closer into your connection. So very interesting for these. What I'm hearing, again, actually, probably I'm hearing the choked up message really relates to this group as well, that as you were leaving these toxic parties, you maybe lost sight of, sorry, let me take that step back. You lost your narrative in the sense that like other people stopped communicating with you and started making assumptions about you. And so to where I'm hearing for this group, you guys have a very psychic, this is for both parties, that you guys have very psychic capabilities. And so you